All right, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Stan Cito. I'm a senior solution architect here at Blueshift. Thanks again for joining me today in our demo series. And today I'll be discussing how AI machine learning is now more accessible for marketers than ever before. And if used correctly, it can be a powerful tool for marketers to predict your customer's behavior and really pinpoint exactly where the customer is in their buying journey. So that you can, number one, shorten the sales process and buying process, increase conversions. And number two, move your customer more quickly to become your best customers. So what we have in the agenda today, we'll spend 5 minutes discussing about Blueshift. For many of you, this may be the first time learning about Blueshift. We'll spend the majority of the time in the platform demonstration, showing you how you can use predictive intent to drive conversion. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to put in your question in the Q&A, and we'll use the last 5 minutes to address your questions. So let's talk about Blueshift. So what is Blueshift? So Blueshift provides a smart customer data platform that helps brand intelligently scale customer interaction across any channel, powered by AI machine learning technology. As you can see here, we work with a number of brands across different verticals, whether it's in financial industries such as PayPal, LendingTree, media companies such as Discovery and BBC, and healthcare companies such as Gold Health. Backed by some of the leading VCs, we have been recognized and validated by marketing research analysts such as Gartner and Forrester's. We have also been voted and validated by our customers as a leader in the CDP and marketing automation space in G2 crowd. We also lastly ensure the security of our clients' data so that they can sleep better at night, knowing that we are ahead of the curve in terms of meeting compliance and local regulations such as GDPR and CCPA, and also meeting the necessary certifications such as SOC 2. So what does a Smart CDP, Smart Hub CDP do? There are 3 things that it does. Number one, unify all your customer data in real time and empower your marketers to be able to activate this data when your customers are in market. 2, provide centralized hub so you can communicate with your clients in any channels or any apps, mobile app, whether it's digital channels such as email, SMS, in-app or push, offline channels such as direct mail, or paid media channels such as Google or Facebook. And thirdly, be able to make the smarter decision in terms of making your customer lifecycle smarter and more intelligent. Be able to predict exactly where your customer is so you can send the right content in the right channel at the right time. But today's focus is around predictive intelligence intent and how we can use your demographic data and your behavior data to predict the likelihood of performing a certain action, whether it's to make a purchase or reducing the likelihood of churn. And we also give you the ability to apply this across any vertical. So for example, in the financial vertical, you may want to predict the likelihood of someone doing a home loan or doing a refi. Or in the case of healthcare, getting someone to renew their medical insurance early, or getting them to use your services more, such as creating a new appointment. And again, we allow you to do this without an army of data scientists. We'll show you during the demo how you can use this data throughout the platform. But before we jump into the demo, let's talk about how this is accomplished. So we can take your first-party data across the different data sources, both known and anonymous, and create unique individual profile, as you see here with Eric Chen. We enhance the data with important information using our AI, such as predicting the likelihood of someone making a purchase, determining what content to recommend, in this case, sweatshirts, determining what's the right time to reach to Eric Chen, determine also what is the right channel, in this case, email, web, and SMS. And by combining all this data, we can ensure that the communication are one-on-one and personalized. We also in real time push this data, feed this data back into our system so that our system can continue to optimize and learn and make more accurate predictions. And again, today we'll focus around creating prediction in terms of the likelihood to make a purchase and other purchase intent. Most importantly, we do this at scale across all your customers, identify exactly where they are in the customer buying cycle. Let's go ahead and jump into the platform demonstration here. So really the key here is being able to identify the customer and understand their behavior. So in this case, I'm on this Blueshift commerce site with different e-commerce product. I can go ahead and create an account here. Again, as key of a CDP, we want to make sure that data is automatically fed into the system. So I just create an account. We create a profile. This profile is pretty simple. Just have some basic information that we just enter, such as the email address, where they logged in or where they created an account, in this case, San Francisco. Let me go back to the website here. In this example here, I'm going to look at maybe different products I want to upgrade, my home entertainment center. So I'm gonna go into TVs here, specifically looking to upgrade my TV. I already have a Samsung, so I maybe want to upgrade my Samsung to a newer version. This one looks like a really good sale. And I'm also interested in this one here. Go ahead and add this one to the cart. This LG looks great, but it's maybe a little bit outside my price range. This Philips one looks pretty good. Let me go ahead and add this cart. And as you know, we get all busy and with life, and at this point, maybe I forgot to make that purchase. But we still want to track this data. So if I go back to the profile here and I update this and refresh this, you see all that information in terms of what I viewed or what I added to cart is automatically available in the profile. And ultimately, as we gather more information about John Smith, this profile will continue to enrich. As you see here, we'll get more behavioral information, and we can start using this data to start creating not only affinity model in terms of the category affinities that John Smith is looking at, in this case, TVs and digital camera. What is the right channel to send to John Smith? In this case, email. What is the right time? But as you see here, we can use our predictive modeling AI, start predicting his likelihood to engage in certain channels, or in this case, what is our likelihood to make a purchase? And we allow marketers to create these models easily within the Blueshift platform. So if I go into the Predictive Studio here, you can create any number of models. You can create models that are specific to channels such as email, push, SMS, or in-app. But you can also create event models that are specific to your specific events or a specific sort of conversion in your business. So let's say in this case, let's take a look at the purchase intent model. Again, what's unique within Blueshift is that instead of a black box where you just get a score, we look at it as a white box approach where the data is transparent. The marketers can slice and dice the data. So as you see here, we can look at the top 20% of people with a score between 80 and 100, and we see an 88% conversion. We then compare that to the bottom 20% with a 10% conversion. So again, this is where marketers can start looking at and start building strategy to say, hey, maybe for the top 80% or top 20%, we offer them different discount versus the bottom 80%. The other aspect of here is that, again, the data is very transparent here. We're surfacing to the marketers the top signals as driving conversions. So in this case, we know that the number of times someone clicked on the email in the last day is a high indicator of making a purchase. How many, in this case, also the number of times they viewed the website in the last 7 days, also a high indicator. So again, it's surface insight to the marketers in terms of the signals driving conversion. And now marketing uses insight to drive their marketing strategies. Again, this is all enabled by the marketer. So if I want to tweak and create different models or business rule, I can simply go into the model and basically go through 3 steps in terms of defining the goals. Again, all the data, all the events, all the behavior is all being fed into Blueshift. It's now activated by the marketers. You can determine the normal buying cycle. In this case, we're looking 7 days out, looking at historical data 30 days back. We can also determine as a marketer, what are the funnel events that goes into a purchase. Could be in this example here, could be a view, could be add to cart. Maybe you want to add also search. And also if they like the product. So again, you can define as a marketer based on your understanding of your customer buying purchase cycle and basically define a model. I can also add things such as, things that you expect to go into this model. For example, maybe the city as an indicator, the age, or maybe the zip code and so forth, or address. So again, this is as easy as 3 simple steps for the marketer to define not only the conversion goal, the funnel event that goes into the specific purchase event, and also other user attributes that you want to include in this predictive model. And go ahead and save this. And now all this data will be fed into the model. And this model is constantly running over time, and your customers are being scored over time on real time. Now, next, let's take a look how you can leverage these models in terms of defining your audience. And this is where we get to segmentation. We'll go ahead and create a simple segment. Call this customers with high intent likelihood to purchase. We'll simply add the score that we just had earlier. In this case, look at those people with a score between 50 to 100. And I can run a real-time count to find all those customers with a purchase intent score of 50 to 100. And we see here there's 334 people with that definition, 334 people we have email on that we can message through email, 330 people that has downloaded our app that we can message them through both in-app and also push messages. Next, let's take a look at how we use these segments to create a customer lifecycle. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a segment trigger campaign here. Call this automated predictive journey. It's going to now leverage this segment. And I can easily add a couple of steps here. So first step here, I'm going to go ahead and add an email. Maybe I want to do subject line testing to optimize it. So I'm going to do subject line testing. I'm going to say hurry now and save 15% next order. Do a 50-50 split. Step 2 here, I can now use the predictive scores and maybe have separate path. So on the left-hand side, maybe I want to take a look at the top 20%. Let's send it 2 days later. So for those people with a top 20%, maybe I'll only offer them 15% off. But those people with lower purchase intent score, I will offer them 25% off. So this is where you can easily take that segment you have, but even further branched it off based on those people who are likely to make a purchase with a score between top 20, 80 to 100, and offer them 15% off, versus those people with a lower intent to make a purchase. In this case, you have to give them a little bit more incentive and offer them 25. This is a great way for you to be able to understand the customer's intent and be able to offer different messages so that you can maximize your purchase. Next, let's take a look how you can use this segment to drive use this in your paid media channel as well. So this is through our syndication. So let's say, for example, I want to take the top 20% of those people with high intent. We can use syndication to push it into paid media channels such as Facebook, Google, and Criteo and LiveRamp. And now you can remarket those people to go back to the website, make that final purchase. But also you can use this segment in a way so you can, in those ecosystems, to do lookalike modeling to acquire more customers that are similar to your top 20% and bring them back into the funnel. So let's go ahead and take a look at how you easily create that. I'm going to do the syndication here. I can pick, the sort of cadence or how quickly you want to push this. I'm going to do this daily. And as I mentioned, we can integrate and push this audience directly in real time to Facebook, Google, or Criteo. Let's go ahead and push this to Facebook. This will be tied to your corporate Facebook account. In this case, I'm going to sync it to a segment I already have, which is the segment high propensity to purchase. So I've now taken that same segment we created earlier, customer of high intent, schedule it to push this daily on a daily basis, and push it to your Facebook customer audience. And now, so that now you can then remarket these people, but also now acquire more people with a high likelihood to make a purchase. So what we took a look at was be able to take that customer data in real time, use that behavior data to drive sort of prediction around purchase, using that scores to create highly targeted segment, finding those people who are likely to purchase, and moving them through a couple of channels, whether it's getting them to purchase through a customer journey or pushing this audience to paid media so you can remarket them and find other customer of high likelihood to purchase intent. So let's take a quick look at the success here. For customers that are using our AI and predictive intent, they saw great success. So in this case, BiggerPocket, which does real estate seminars, by understanding using our predictive intent, determine likelihood to sign up to a webinar, they found an increase of 10x of people attending the seminars. A division of PayPal that we work with, Tradera, by using a purchase intent score, they were able to drive an increase of 125% gross sales per session. The example here with LendingTree, they're using a predictive intent score to get people to complete a loan and do a refi. And by using that, they saw a 35% increase in revenue. In the case of Groupon, by using our predictive scores, they're able to drive an increase of 81% revenue by getting people to purchase more deals on their sites. So with that, I want to take a look at if there's any Q&A questions here, and feel free to put any question in the Q&A. A couple of questions that came online here. Number one was, how often do the predictive models run, and how often are user scores? Great questions. So the predictive models are run on a weekly basis, and leveraging all the input and data points that the marketers have provided, and also based on the behavior data of the customers. And then we score the individual person on a daily basis. Second question I have here is, can we export your predictive score and use them in our own system? Absolutely. All the data in our system can be easily exported. So a lot of customers export, not only customer data, but also behavior data, and also predictive scores, so they can also use it in their internal system for additional deeper analysis. So again, thank you for the time here. I really appreciate you joining us in the demo series. You can go on our website and take a look at other upcoming demo series that we're doing on a bi-monthly basis. If you're interested in getting more customized demo, definitely go to our website to blueshift.com/custom-demo to get a more customized view and demo of our platform. We also recently did a survey looking at 200 B2C marketers across about 200 companies, looking at how they're using AI in their marketing. So feel free to download the report. Again, thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in our next demo series.